Recording. Welcome to Toge Southwest. This is season 2, episode 08. Today's date is 3/27/2025. So, next, who am I? I am the Wandering Raven. I've started Toge Southwest the moment I came to Vegas back from Oregon. This all began because I moved up to Oregon. I fell in love with this whole group called Toge North, and because of that, I there's a huge story about it. I actually wrote a book about it. It's called Vegas Hackware. If you want to ever see about it, reach out to me if you want the whatever URL or anything like that. It's just VegasHackware.com. So, anyways, started this out as a project. At first, when I first started it out, I wanted to start it out like they shaped it up in Oregon, but Vegas is a different beast. So I'm trying my best to just reshape it in a way, give it a name, and start basically having a podcast from it, and maybe a nice talk show. Maybe I could get other people on it. Sure, um when this starts really, I guess, blowing up, if it ever does. It's hard to say if it ever does. Long story short, Toge Northwest, when I was in Oregon, it basically gave me a new shape in life. It taught me that there's a lot more to life just by, because I was really burned out in IT work and learning more about cars. You learn more about the different types of race, and then you learn about what Toge is. And when Toge racing was basically introduced to me in a way where it was like racing through the mountains and doing like technically almost like the way Formula D does, like in a way, but probably best way to learn about it is watch like silly stuff like Initial D. That'll give you more information about it. Um, but yeah, that's me. I'm Wondering Raven. Been I've been drifting since 2010, so drifting cars. I stopped in 2019 because my mom passed away 2 days after I blew up my motor, and it's been a struggle since. Big struggle getting back into it. Because every time I touched the car, I ended up breaking down. But I'm actually doing a lot better these days. So, and the reason why I started this back up as a podcast thing is, and that's why we're in season 2, is to hold me accountable for the changes in the work I've done. I'm doing a lot more work than I've ever done to this car. Before it was more like a survival type. Now I'm actually fixing problems that I've had since owning the car. On top of that, I swapped in a whole new motor because it came with a V6, and now it has a JDM motor called a CA18DET. That's clean air, 1.8 cylinders, and dual overhead cam with electronic fuel injection and turbo. And it's been a blast. So let's move on to the next. So drift car. What have I done? So with the wiring, I did a lot of recon. Did a lot of everything I've done so far. I'm still doing more wiring. So I still need to recon one last thing on the wiring. My turn signal up front is not working. It's not getting any signal at all. I'm still trying to figure that one out, but that's low hanging fruit. But I'm gonna go ahead and start my stuff. Make sure I have the right date. Because we're gonna start with 22. Start with this one. Because I was building stuff.
Fast dip started.
Start with that one.
Probably have to put like a couple coats on it.
Okay. Pasty, dip, black. I mean, going on to the back of this. So I have it all set up to where I'm putting the gauges in. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna have gauges. And then finally get to clean this up. On top of that, I'm gonna work on the wiring. So I think I'm gonna use this wiring here, the original old wiring to tap into for that. And if this works, then I hate to cut into those, but maybe I can make some type of connector. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So, yeah, this is the all here, and I have to tie. I think it's the middle wire of each and every one of these. I'm pretty sure it's the middle wire of each one. If not, it's the other one. One of those, I gotta triple check that before I even start it. And once I do, it goes into, I think each one goes into its own diode. You know what I can do is give it a test, the diode, to this light instead, because this says tech signal. And according to the wiring specialties, that is supposed to hook up to a Datsun or a tag signal. So let's give that a try. I mean, I could probably do that now. Well, not really, because I have to wait until that's done. Because I'll be starting it up with a boost leak, because that's my boost gauge that's going into that. So that's gonna be fun. I have to wait until that's done, then I can get back to this. We'll do the wiring. I will give that a test. If that doesn't work, then I'll do the test wiring way. And if that works, I'll have to buy another harness that I can basically tie into. But I think that tag signal into the main wire there, and it should work. So should be alright, because yeah. I mean, when I had the carbureted V6 in here, the distributor was giving a different signal to that without the igniter or anything, so in theory, that should translate it. Just that has a different signal, and if everything on this wiring side is good, on this side, then this just needs a diode. Maybe one diode might work. I don't know. Anyways. Okay, so here's a little insight what I was doing. Let's see what this is real quick. Alright, starting over. Okay. What about the motor? We wait for that to dry. I can't do nothing. But I'm gonna give this a quick hack check. If this works, I'll just run a diode from here to the tack line. If that doesn't work, I'll have to tap into the two B's. So technically to make things a little short there, I was gonna use the diodes on that. I was in the middle of fixing that. So let's see. Start with an early inside the car. This time. So gotta get more of the information on how I'm gonna do it on the inside too. What I'm trying to do. Was 23. Let's do this. Let's do that one. Yeah. No, wait a minute. Hold on. I did it like a three-part system.
Alright, back to my 1980. Alright.
Alright. So yeah, maybe this was the one.
Start with an early.
Not that one.
Device is too hot. Quality.
Oh.
Alright, starting over.
Alright, so the last one of the scene was pretty much for my planning, and I was putting everything together, making the plastic thing. This is what it ended up looking like here in the end, but not the prettiest because there's things I'm going to be doing inside. But so I made a three-part video.
Start with
I
an
only
early
uploaded one part of it.
vlog this time.
We'll start
So, right
part
now
one.
I'm rerouting wires, doing all my stereo top part. This top part, stereo, is technically final product. A lot of that stuff you're not going to see. I'm going to put like a little rubber here to cover that. So, it'll be like pulling the USBs straight in and out. But other than that, pretty much that's what I'm working on now. I'm going to try to tuck those other wires away. When I replace this whole dash, I don't have to keep looking at this. That happened because my car got broken into in 2014 parking at work. They took pretty much everything inside, but they didn't take the car. But then again, I had that. So I guess they weren't going to try that. I kind of want to put that on the other car too, but different color, different style on the dark blue. Then again, the S13 wheel is not too bad either. I've been thinking I might put power steering on that if I can go through everything, and hopefully I don't have to buy a new rack. But I'm gonna keep the heater in. I just need to hook up the heater. What else do I need to do other than we're gonna be doing tack later? Now trying to dust this area because I'm sneezing really bad today. Where? So what I'm trying to do is all the USBs, the two gauges. I'm trying to route the wires on the bottom side. ECU is right here. Trying to make sure everything's set up. And I should be able to put in place. This weird rusty thing. Should try to clean that up. It goes there first, and then I put that in. Cool. Till later.
Alright, so that's the end of part one. Let's go ahead and dump in part two. I'll let you go from there.
Too hot. Quality might be whatever. Oh, stupid phone. Of course, it's becoming too fucking hot. It's almost 90 degrees here. Anyways, here it is. This thing will not slide forward. If anybody has ever ridden in this car in the past with me when I drifted, that always came out. Not anymore. Now, of course, it'll be easier to remove that as well. Just as a little tight, like it should be. So I'm gonna have a real deck in there. Right now, it's just a stupid AM FM radio with a CD player. It does not have AUX, has nothing. It's very old and generic. It's whatever. I'll have to replace it because the last deck that I had in here got stolen a long time ago when I was at the freaking work. Anyways, I'm cleaning it up. Notice that these wires are gone. I have to actually clean that up. It makes it a little easier, especially if somebody came in here. They can actually put their feet down while I'm going sideways. I still gotta fix that little bar here. And of course, speakers. But now I gotta go on the driver's side and clear this up and attach the wires to that. Then I could start working on the tachometer. So yeah, so far so good. This is kind of give it like a stock look. No more little weird drawer that I had there for cigarettes because who fucking smokes anymore? And then the little drawer back there. Probably gonna get like something smaller for the boost gauge so it can fit like this. That's an idea. Then I have this. Shifting, everything shifts. I don't know, smooth shifting still, so that's good. Actually, I don't even know why I have that connected. I converted it to manual doors. Figure out how to remove those wire harnesses later. Maybe something else I can do. I need to fix these door things that go up and down. Because it does power lock on that side. But the thing is, the key only works on this side. Well, it doesn't work on that side. So, I'm gonna get the talk going. And it being like 90 degrees outside in Vegas right now, when it was just freaking like 60 last week, and I miss cool air already. I really, really hate this freaking weather. Oh, and this dash is destroyed. It's always been destroyed though. So when I'm ready to have the money to actually do a freaking cage in here, I'll replace the dash then. Till then, I want to get moving again, so maybe I'll try cleaning it up. Alright. What else is there? Keeping the heater. Might as well just go with that all the way. There's no AC. I still need a... Oh yeah, that thing deteriorated. So maybe I'll have like a... Get my Hydro e-brake ready again. Since I still get the lines here ready for... Have the lines here ready for a dual caliper setup in the rear. I just got to get I think Z32 rear brakes for the Hydro e-brake. And I can actually have this e-brake with that. Because I have some modification stuff ready just to mount it all. It'll be a weird freaking setup, but should be fun. I think it comes out, I think this one does come up like this. Cool. Alright, so I'm up to this side.
Alright, so that's number 2. Here's the last one. I'll let this one go. It's almost 5 minutes as well. Or actually, no, hold on. I'll just sum this up real quick. I finished this up. That's all been done. Let's see. So what happened there was I had to, the first time I had it all together, It was together, but I used Harbor Freight's version of epoxy, and it fell apart and broke on me. So I had to redo it again, and that second time I actually got it all in there, sitting in there right, all hooked up. Not the prettiest of things, but back when I was drifting, I had something in there before, but it kept on sliding the stereo forward all the time. This won't happen. And in fact, when I have a better single den in there, it's going to hold it in place. And that's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to set up. I wanted to sit in there. I'm going to sit in there good. Technically, also sitting on top of the ECU, so it's not going to be dangling up and down. So it's going to sit good. The gauges are there. I have them all hooked up. The car was running, but when I was trying to do the one diode onto the line into the ECU, that did not work. So I didn't get a chance to research yet on wiring specialties on see if there is a setup for that. Because at this point, I'm also going to take the other little wire harness for the four spark plug thingies and basically wire in those diodes like it said further what's coming through about other people that's been doing it and put them all into that so I can actually get the cluster. That's why the cluster's out and about pretty much at the moment because I'm trying to get that wired together right. And once I get that wired right, I can step back in. And a couple of things I could probably work out is why then I need to figure out why I'm pinging out on the oil gauge, and then from there it should be good to go. I should be able to start hooking everything really back up once I get that RPM up and going. It's the only thing that's stopping me from moving the car at the moment is basically the little miscellaneous wiring. Also gotta clean this up too, and I gotta get those buds off, put real connectors on, and go from there. That's what I'm gonna do this weekend is clean this up. I'm gonna do that diode thing and clean that up, and then hopefully I'll have a video of me actually moving the car. Oh yeah, after plugging that hole, gotta plug that hole over there, and any other little holes that are inside. Um, let's see. Yeah, if you want to see the rest of this, it's on YouTube. I just don't want to spend another 5 minutes on another video. So I'm going to keep going on because basically I just how I did it and what works pretty much on that one. So let's go. Oops, back. Previous. We're going to start doing from this point on the top 10 list of basic S12 hacks. I want to do something different this time. I know I'm already a little over 11 minutes here on, but all right. So let's bring out the OneNote. We're making the little hack list. I'm just gonna put it like pretty much. Let's put it like this. So I'm gonna start with 10. Um, this is what I think is pretty much the best hacks you can do when you first get it. So let's see here. A lot of times, everyone gets their first S12 when they want the car because they get inspired so much. V6 cars are. I'm gonna mention both V6 and the inline four-cylinder ones. So, first mod I would say is going to be suspension, and suspension should always be pretty much the thing to start with. And here's the hacks pretty much you can actually rack into. We're gonna go off by the base of the Club S12, and we're gonna go from there. Let's see. Suspension build guide. This was made back in a very long time ago, but it's actually very good, very cool. So, like I said, suspension is number 10. That's pretty much one of the things you're gonna start hacking. Um, all right, so best to know that the front of the S12 is basically like an, well, if you want to keep your S12 stock stuff, it's pretty much putting MR20 shock struts up front and Z31 in the rear. Like they were talking about, if you're not wanting to do the front coilover conversion, you can use the MR2 SW20 struts, stock S12 strut tubes, and actually here, Techno Toy Tuning. I think they still have it. Let's see. Um, Nissan S12. We still have the stuff. Oh, all right. So there's many ways of doing this, but this is like you want to do like do your own, do it yourself. If you want to keep the main stuff, this is a well done solution, and basically what you do is you take the current stock and strut off, and you're going to remove stuff at the top. You're going to weld these on. You're going to put the things on top. You're basically turning your strut towers into these coilover systems. These go on top, and then you have to get the main tops for them. But that's why they call it a weld-on solution. That's if you know a little bit of welding. Then you have bolt-on. Let's see what the bolt-on is. That's a new one. Looks like to me they'd so they looks like they bolt on the bottom points here. Okay, I see. So you still have to do the cutting at the bottom of the actual thing, but you slip that on, and it looks like, yeah, that just becomes the spring that goes up and down. Probably not a good idea at first if you don't know what you're doing. But it is a solution if you don't want to get rid of that. Techno Toy Tuning is going to have your stuff. Um, you're probably not going to find Canuck lowering springs anymore because they don't make them anymore. But you might be able to find something like that. Some people do sell Canuck springs when they decide to upgrade to like S13. S13 is a 240 SX here in Vegas. I mean, in America, or 180/200 SX in Japan. You got many options. You can do S13, you can do S14, you can do hybrid S12, S13. You can do S14, S12 setup. The way I have mine is I have everything on option one, but the control arms and tension rods are actually S13, but the stock control arms are S13 mixed with Ford Escort, mid 90s Escort. No, that's tie rods. I'm using S13. So wait a minute. Maybe I did. See, now I'm screwed up. I'm probably. This is pretty much what I have. Option 4. I have everything that I have there, but I do have this one. Somebody updated this because they didn't. I think Iggy from here was the one who found this out, and I ended up doing the same thing too. So you want inner S13 tie rods with external, or inner 13, outer Ford Escort. Or you can get A1 Racing if they're still available. They might not be available anymore. I mean, they didn't do this post until 2007. Like 2009 was the last time they updated it. You got brake upgrade. You can keep the 4-cylinder unless you have the V6 and you have the 5 lugs. Z31 is always going to be the one in the back, but you can go alternatively if you want to keep the 5 lugs. You can go Q45, J30s, or Z32 with front calipers, matching rotors. So that's a lot of that's like so that's not just suspension. Many options from S12. Coilovers to S13, S14. All right. Next is brakes. Stock is very limited, and let's say a caliper goes out, and they don't really make S12 stuff anymore. You can barely find them refurbished anymore. So if you upgrade them to like either, let's see, 5 lug, technically you can choose from Z31s. You can choose from S13s if you want to. You can alternatively, I went Q45 J30s up front, still Z31 in the back, because dual calipers in the rear is a good upgrade. I still need to get Z32 separate calipers from my Hydro e-brake that I have. That's your option. Brakes. Different options. Z31, S13, Q45, J30, Z32. Just keep in mind if you go like J30 or Q45, you're going to be limited to your wheel size. I think Q45 does not like 15-inch rims, so keep in mind. Let's see. That's rear conversion. Yeah, about the same. That's for the fronts. Z31 pretty much is going to be your rear because the rear end of the car is technically a Z31, which is a 300ZX of the 80. Shocks and struts. That's part of the suspension. So, right. So that's that. That's that. All right. So what's next on the thing? Let's see. Franken body, hydraulic, emergency brake avoidance. Those are not really hacks. I'm trying to find some good hacks here. I wish it would fix their forums though. I don't think the actual admin has been on there for a long time. I go just dump their stuff real quick and fix it myself for them. They might actually be happy about it. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. I don't even have the time, so. I never had this parking brake problem, so I have not a clue. Z31. There's the M30 pot, 2-pot rear brake conversion. I think I did the M30. No, I don't remember. I have a 2-pot in my rear. Huh. I don't know. In 1984, only 1 year the S12 came out with the SRA with solid rear axle. Um, it's only in the non-turbo ones because turbo actually had independent rear suspension. But if you can get like an 84 S12 with an SRA solid rear axle, you can actually swap that out with a Ford. I think 8.8 will fit the best. You can get the 9-inch rear end, but 8.8 is actually pretty decent. That's a bonus hack there. We're not going to worry about wheels. That's not a hack. S13 rack conversion, kind of a hack. But we're looking for better hacks. Okay, so we're done with brakes and suspension for now. Um, Here's a hack that I did find. It's not listed here, but CA20E, that's a 4-cylinder car, slash CA18ET. Head bolts. Head bolts. And I think um, head studs. What is it? Studs. Let's see. I know it's in my project. I have the actual number. ARP head studs. ARP head studs. Massive upgrade. And I'll tell you why in a moment. Let's see. ARP head studs. That's people with DETs. I know it's like an it sounds like an overkill for the 4-cylinder CA20, but really, it's actually, I'll tell you in a moment, the bolts I got from the dealership, because they're only torque to yield once, you might get away with it doing it twice, but I was actually running into a problem with the dealership that I kept on getting ones that were technically supposed to be refurbished or redone. I don't know what they call them because they don't really make them anymore at the time they were telling me. I haven't tried since, but let's see. CA18. Head studs from Nissan because it's the only place you can get them is from Nissan. They're hard to get. But if I could find it, and I know I put them in my freaking build thread. But it's actually a really good hack. I figured this one out on my own in a way because I got tired of when I put the head on, I would lose compression constantly. It's like, and this was after my head gasket gave out back in 2016. I had to pull the motor and I had to do, actually 2015. About 10 years ago. Actually, you know what? Let's go to my build thread. So we're on 8. ARP head studs is a definite must hack. It's definitely a hack. But they don't list the heads, the studs as what they should be. Damn it. This is what's lame, man. All right, Project Phoenix. There it goes. Where is Serenity? There it is. All right. This one, 13. That's when I got the car. Basically, my birthday in the 13th. Because I wanted to. A lot of this traffic broke. Why did they break? Oh, because back in those days, you can able to use freaking face pictures. So, it's a low. Whatever. Here's it. Yep. No option hash is actually a damn good one. Yes, it is. Uh-huh. Uh, Yeah, that's a lot of to-do list when I first got it, but yeah, look how clean it was. Yep. What I said. Uh, all right. So why you change the name? All right. Let's go to number 3. Hmm. Call it Blue Double back then, I guess. And I turn it to Serenity. It sounded better. I wanted to be in a car that I actually enjoyed driving. Uh, all right. Let's see. ARP. Anything in here yet? Nope. Let's see. I would do this 2014. It didn't happen. That's when I got the cool things on it. Oh, was this the one? Hmm. All right, let's try that again. ARP. Nope. Let's see. We're keeping going through. New head gasket. Pistons, I believe, have done. Ow. Okay. Mm, yeah, I don't ever have that problem anymore, though. It does start right up now, so kind of fine. See, I'm back to weird timing issues all of a sudden. And Dizzy was backwards though. See, I was going through a lot of weird problems. Mark arrow went off. Blah blah. Still need head stuff. Where are you? Put it in here. If I can get the part number, I can actually list it in here. I really don't want to spend too much time. It's almost 11:30. Oh yeah, 15th. Yeah, this is before I had problems with that. Okay. Good. Oh yeah, the front main seal went out. The front and rear main seals all went out on me at the time. Such an easy motor though. I like it. Alright, so let's go to 8. Let's see if I have head studs in this one. Nope. 9. No, because yeah, there's a head molds right there. Okay, so alright, so it's at least getting head bolts in that KA time. Everyone's like saying KA, but you know what? I still have the KA in the backyard. Um, no ARP head studs though. Let's try this one. Once I get the part number, we'll move on to the next hack. Might just end up doing another video just for it. Oh, Because I can't do this all night. Okay. Pistons. Oh, that's that. Okay. Was yeah, that was completely different. Hmm. Found all the weird stuff in the bottom of that. This shouldn't have been in here. No worries. Yeah, no ARP head studs. I put it in here though. Nope. 13. Oh, nope. There it is. That's the one I'm looking for. Um, so let's go ahead and see what this is like. Mm, so yeah, technically, all these all match the same exact size for the S12. These were meant for the Datsun's NAP-Z motors. Also match the same as the S12 as well. A14 is what you want. So yes, I'm gonna put that down. It's gonna be A14 12-point Nissan 202 4203. That is the massive upgrade. That will eliminate all your compression issues with your CA20. Alright, so fuel pump. The best hack about this is if the ECU is rewiring it and upgrading it to at least 190 to 255 Walbro. Walbro is pretty much the generic, or you can go AEM, but if you go AEM, anything higher than 255 LPH, you will blow out the fuel pressure regulator that's built on the fuel rail. All cars on stock motor. Fuel rails for CA20, CA18, ET. And can be cut and modified to use an aftermarket FDR. PD30 hack. I got you on this one, which is an 87, 88 SE. Technically, it's the SE6. What's a good hack? Basically, all the hacks below, like brakes and suspension, fuel pump, fuel rail, is different going to be for the VGs. So we're gonna go here for the VGs. Let's start with PWR2, I think it's called. Upgrade. Take wiring from S13 and replace replace the PWR1 with PWR2. Basically the igniter before the distributor, and it's actually a really good upgrade. You don't have, basically eliminates any weird little hiccups that it might not get enough power to the distributor. It might actually it ends up burning out the module inside the distributors. And when you upgrade to the new PWR2 as an upgrade, you never really have that problem anymore. I've noticed when I was dailying V6 for so long. The first year I was burning out the distributors, and once I upgraded to the PWR2, I stopped burning out distributors. Let's see, what's another hack for the VG30? Let's go VG30 again. And let's see, another good hack. Um, let's go Z31. Same year math and ECU. Correct. What that does is with the math and ECU upgrade, you actually get like a few extra more horsepower out of it. It actually drives the car a little stronger. You'll notice a quick fire up. Let's do VG30. This is a personal hack that I've noticed that actually does really well for me, which was VG MK1 Z31. That's like 84, 85, 84, 85 fuel rails. They go from double to single and upgrade to the Z31 turbo injectors. Any? No, not any year. Of that year. I did that, and I've noticed a little more horsepower kicking as well. Let's see. VG30. We'll do another VG31. Let's see. And delete most of the stress vacuum lines. And you can use throttle body. Which one did I use? I think I used I don't know. I know that there was like a bigger version that I used. I think I used either M30 or was it or S13. Alright, so the final hack. Any motor, on any car. Motor, the best hack. I say prefer SR20 because the SR20 is really lightweight. It's all aluminum block, head block, all aluminum. It makes great power to weight ratio of the car. Actually, it's probably the best thing you can fit in there. But they did, even though I went CA18 DET with my V6, it does. It's supposed to be. It has like the best power to weight ratio. It's actually motor's not sticking all the way out. It's actually really light to begin with. All together, it sits there. It actually fits in nice and perfect. Match it with the transmission that you have. You know the 71C. You just have to swap out the bell housing just for it to work, but I say SR20 all the way. Any car. As long as if you go from V6 to SR20 or CA18 or KA, doesn't matter. KAs are pretty decent too. You know, I'm not gonna crap on those. But if you go from V6 to that, you definitely need to source out the 4-cylinder crossmember. That's all you have to do. But those cross members are interchangeable or easy. The guides for any of that is there. So there's your top 10 list. So starting from the top, motor, any car, e.g. you can delete most of the vacuum lines and upgrade either M30 or S13 body throttle bodies. I think you can use the Z32, one of those. Maybe. I don't remember. Uh, um, MK1, Z31, fuel rails. I, that was a great hack that I found, so it's actually really good. Uh, Z31 math this ECU the same year. Post 86. Make that post 86 because you don't want anything on the older side. Because VG30 from 84, 85, maybe some 86s got the first variant of the VG30. While the VG30 from 86 and above got the second version of it. So, the power upgrade, the igniter, fuel rails, fuel pump, head studs on the CA18 and CA20. There's the part number right there. It's A14 12-point Nissan 202-4203. Best thing you can do. I've had zero problems ever since I did that 10 years running. So, no head gas problem ever since. No head gasket problem. Sorry, my mouth is dry again. Anyways, brakes. There's options. There's a lot of options. We showed that on this on Club CA20. I mean, Club S12. And same with suspension. That's pretty much the top 10 list. That's your top 10 list of hacks for that you can do on your S12. I know I'm going on here. Let's move on. What's next? Finishing up my wiring in the car. I ordered wiring for the CA20 because it needs a tune-up. So we're gonna do a tune-up on the my daily S12, which is the CA20, and then I'm gonna finish the wiring inside. I'm gonna tighten up the throttle cable and block any extra holes that I might have done and get the car moving. We're gonna get it moving. My goal and plan right now. So, okay, we're pulling 1 hour this time. Alright, so on closing, we're gonna go ahead and this is Tokyo Southwest. Episode 9 will be next Thursday, same time, 10 o'clock p.m. PST. Um, Tokyo Southwest is my little thing. It's always open for joining the community, joining part of the team. Always open for new people to come in. So if you want to join, become part of my little car thing here in Vegas or anywhere in the Southwest, because Toge Southwest, I'm gonna try. If I can never get the time, I might actually start doing some type of maybe in the future, maybe some type of news around the whole Toge Southwest because I'm actually picking up new different events here and there. I would probably be I'd love to see more about it. So, um, I don't think there's anybody there for any questions and answers. So, you'll catch me every night on Twitch from 7 to 11, and hopefully I'll see you there. Anyways, have a great night. Thanks for hanging out, and hopefully see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye.